Start, sir.
Good afternoon, my dear friends. Today in this presentation, let me welcome you to the discussion of Kamala's poem by the Millionaire at Marine Drive. I am Amit Bhattacharya, Professor of English, University of Gurgaon. In fact, I have discussed almost the first 15 lines of the poem, and I am going to complete the discussion of this poem in this presentation. Now, the Millionaire at Marine Drive I have taken from Kamala volume of poems. It is the collected poems of Kamala Das, volume 1, and the page number is 97. And the book was published by Kamala Das herself in 1983. And by way of recapitulation, let me tell you that this poem contrasts two sets of binaries. On the one hand, there is the contrast between the great grandmother of the woman persona, who could give understanding and the warmth of love, disinterested love, and on the other hand, there are the male lovers who could burn her cities down, the cities of the woman persona, who could engage in sexual relationship without caring too much for giving warmth to this love-seeking, a bit naive woman persona. On the other hand, there is also a contrast between the glorious past and the abject present. If 18 years ago and earlier also, the woman persona could receive love and understanding from her disinterested female companion, the grandmother figure, then obviously after the death of that grandmother, she has only received sexual passion from her male counterpart without the warmth of understanding, without disinterested love. Okay, let us now go on with the poem. And obviously, I have divided the rest of the poem in relevant sections, which will be read for the benefit of all by one of my students. So let's start.
It was not blood, but acid that flowed through my arteries, and in autumn years I yellowed, sickened like the leaves on trees, gained the freedom I never once had asked for.
Okay, you remember earlier in the poem, she had talked about the red loose soil of her heart, in which presumably the grandmother was buried. She had also talked about how after death, the blood of the grandmother, which often coursed in her body and also gave warmth, which was transferred to this woman persona. Now, in place of blood, the life-sustaining fluid, it is acid, the corrosive acid that flowed through the arteries of the woman persona after the death of the grandmother because she was not receiving anymore any warmth or understanding from her companions. Yes, go on again. Love.
And in
Yes.
autumn years, I yellowed, sickened like the leaves on trees, gained the freedom I never once had asked for.
So after this death of the life-sustaining grandmother, the woman figure, the woman persona, aged prematurely. The autumn years I yellowed. Yellow leaves are actually symbolic of age and decrepitude, as Shakespeare and Kamala have both told us time and again in and through their poems. Okay, in autumn years I yellowed. Yes, go on.
Sickened like the leaves on trees, gained.
Sickened like leaves on trees. Just you think about sonnet number 73. And by Shakespeare, and you will get to understand the allusion. The leaves sicken with age. It's a seasonal metaphor, and then
gained a freedom I never once had asked for.
Now, even in composition, Kamala has referred to this. She wanted to have love from her companions. She didn't want freedom, because freedom, in the case of most of our womankind, is another name for indifference and neglect. Someone is given freedom when somebody is not loved anymore or cared for anymore. And this loneliness is another reason why Kamala talks about the moon wailing night. Not only in this poem, but in other poems as well. And the freedom that she got was not something that she had asked for. Okay, next section, please.
Yes, sir. The millionaires at Marine Drive scattered grain to feed the early rising doves, like the fluttering of their wings was laughter crazed with pain.
Okay. There is a very, very subtle hint at giving. Now, when the millionaires at Marine Drive scattered grain to the early rising doves, they could give or withhold these grains. It was actually based on their own intention, their own sweet will. They could give, they could withhold. But the doves required those grains, just as the lovesick woman figure, woman persona, also requires to receive love. Okay, go on.
Like the fluttering of their wings was laughter crazed with pain.
So, there is laughter, but there is also pain. And this is, in a way, indicative of the mixed yarn of life, in which laughter and tears and pain, coexist. If we contrast the early rising doves, early rising obviously associated with youth, with the yellowing woman persona. Obviously, the contrast is not to be ignored. Okay, go on.
Sir?
Next section, please.
Oh, why did I mix my pleasures like I mixed my drinks to pass out so soon on the velvet couch of life?
Often, she mixed her drink to pass out. She did not want to be conscious of the sexual encounter or the pleasures, for the sake of pleasure that the night brought to her. So she asked, why did she mix her pleasures like she mixed her drinks? So, too much of enjoyment or too much of engagement in the pleasures of life had brought premature aging to and also disillusionment to the woman persona. So that is why this interrogation is basically indicative of a deep felt sadness and disillusionment that the woman's figure feels. Okay, next section please.
Yes, the party goes on. The guests only change their painted masks, but I see nothing but the fog of their hate, hear their off-key songs. I have turned old, frigid, grey-haired, but surely somewhere lovers still cling with wet limbs, wet eyes near doorways at painting hour.
Life goes on. Even when we are left by the wayside, life goes on. And that is why even when the woman speaker has aged, become frigid and grey-haired, when she has lost her capacity to interest the pleasure seekers, she has also lost her interest in that game of pleasure. But the party goes on. Only the guests have changed their painted marks. Here, this allusion to the guests and their painted marks actually indicate that the nature of the guests, the party goers, has not changed. Maybe individuals have changed, but the character of the dramatis personae of these parties have not changed, even one bit. They again get tipsy, sing off-key songs, and obviously literary is the name of the game. But number one, the woman persona cannot interest them anymore because she has grown old prematurely, become frigid and grey-haired, no longer a likable commodity. Similarly, she has also lost interest with experience. She has learned to her cost the utter futility of this pleasure-loving, vacuous existence. But just as the party-goers have not changed, the lovers have not changed. Love still shines. Maybe the Woman persona is no longer engaged in love relationship, but there are other lovers, younger ones, other ones, who still love, who have dreams, who have passion, who may have also companionship. It is vague, it is uncertain, because clinging to each other before the parting hour may be really passionate and fulfilling. This meeting may also be illusory and insubstantial. Again, we are reminded of the descendants, because as Das's woman speaker says in the Descendants, we have lain in every weather. So I hope with this discussion I have been successful to some extent in at least whetting your interest in this poem. I hope you will read and think, and all your queries and doubts are welcome, and I will obviously endeavor to clarify any doubts if you share them with me. Thank you for watching.